Yes. A little bit dark in here. Yeah, but we're still going to do our live stream. Let's see who is going to join in today on our live stream. Today we're going to be talking about what's going on. General, just let's talk about stuff. Talk about the deportation, election, stuff that's going on, stuff in general we're going to be talking about. Let's see if let's see my microphone. I think my microphone is on. Yep. So let's see what we're going to be doing. Let's talk about stuff, guys. I think I only have probably about 20 minutes on here. I'm going to be talking for 20 minutes, then I'm going to be going. It's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, but I don't even know where to start talking. Anyways, guys, I heard that a hotel in Jamaica that is run by Chinese was burnt down by the Jamaican people because that hotel stating that they did not want any Jamaicans or any migrant Jamaicans to come to that property. They only wanted was to their hotel to Caucasians. That was what was going on in Jamaica. So I saw on the TV last night where someone did a video. That person was saying that it's allegedly that the Jamaicans had burned down that hotel in Portland, Jamaica, because there were these Chinese and these Caucasian that didn't want Jamaicans to be, they didn't want to serve Jamaicans and they didn't want Jamaicans to be on their property. And I'm figuring that how you're going to leave China, how you're going to leave America, how you're going to go to Jamaica around the Jamaican people and you use the Jamaican people to build your hotel, but yet still you don't want to give them work and you don't want to serve them. So allegedly, from another video, I heard that the Jamaicans had burned down this big hotel in Portland, Jamaica, because of the racism that was going on with the Jamaican folks. You're down in Jamaica, you're using the Jamaican people to build your hotel, you're using them to do all the work, but yet still they can't come on the property, they can't get jobs. They're not allowed to book hotels there or anything else like that. And I also saw another video again too, where I think it was in either Montego Bay or Ocho Rios, where there is a hotel where there's a lot of visitors, because Jamaica has a lot of people that visit that island. Where there's a lot, I guess these were black folks though. The visitors at the hotel were black. They were having a good time. This was in a restaurant, and there's a Jamaican that came up. He was walking around, and one of the visitor was asking this Jamaican man a question. He works, so you could tell he has his uniform on, his black and white attire, and his tie. And she was asking or saying something to him, and he was responding to her. And either the owner or the manager of the hotel came and says, "Get off the property right now. Get off the property right now. You're not allowed to interact with none of the guests." And that guy was so mad and belligerent. "Okay, you want me off of this property? How you coming in my own country to tell me that I can't talk to a black guest that's asking me a particular question, asking me to get something for them?" And this Caucasian manager came and saw this worker was talking to the guests and right away said, "Get off of my property, get off of my property," talking to this Jamaican guy like this Jamaican guy was a dog. I don't go for stuff like that. That is definitely highly disrespectful. How are you going to go to another man's country and be treating another man like a dog in his own country? How is that possible? And that man that you hire to run your restaurant is nothing but a bunch of Jamaicans that are working, because you're not gonna have Caucasians to come from America or wherever you're coming from to come to Jamaica to work your restaurant, to work your hotel, because those big hotel owners, they're all millionaires and they work and they abuse people and they pay them a little bit and push a lot of money in their pockets. And I don't think that guy that was telling him to leave the property was even the owner of the hotel. I think it was just one of those executive managers. And I just don't think that's fair for Caucasians and Chinese to be leaving their country, going to Jamaica, and to be treating the Jamaicans them like dogs. I know for a fact when I was growing up in Jamaica, they had Chinese there. A lot of Chinese were there. You would not see a Jamaican woman or a man with a shop. You would not see a Jamaican man with a restaurant. It's always the Chinese. And I'm wondering now, since Trump has this deportation going on for everybody to be deported back in their country, is the Jamaican government going to deport all of these illegal Chinese in Jamaica? I just want that question to be answered. What's the Jamaican prime minister name again? What was his name? Oh my God, I had his name on the tip of my tongue. Is he going to deport all of those illegal Chinese in Jamaica? Because those Chinese that's in Jamaica that are illegal, they've been there ever since I was a child. Some of them, ever since. And are they gonna be deported back to China? Why should they allow to leave China, come to Jamaica, settle in Jamaica, don't want to be dealing with the Jamaicans, but you're in the country of Jamaica? Why is Jamaica such a sellout? Why are you selling out your own country to Chinese people? Number one, Chinese people do not like no other people apart from Chinese. They don't like Jamaicans, they don't like Indians, they don't like Caucasians, they don't like nobody. Nobody they like apart from themselves. If you go to Jamaica right now and you go and you observe all of these Chinese people them with restaurants, hotel, shops. If you go and observe all of them, you will not see nobody working inside of their business apart from Chinese. They don't use help. They don't use no other help apart from their own Chinese. They don't care who you are. And I'm wondering, why would the Jamaican government accept all of this? Jamaican people, they don't have restaurants probably by now because it's been so many years. Probably by now, some of them have their own businesses and some of them have their restaurant by now. But when I was a child growing up there, you would not see no Jamaican, no Chinese hire any Jamaican people. It was always the Chinese for the Chinese men, the Chinese for their kids, the Chinese for everybody. And then the Chinese, they was not allowed to associate themselves with the Jamaicans. They never did that. And I was wondering, how could this happen? They didn't go to school with us. They went to private schools by themselves. They didn't go to church with us. Now you got some Jamaican, mixed Jamaicans down there. Those are not the ones that I'm talking about. You got some mixed Jamaicans down there that mix with Jamaicans, Jamaican Chinese, and all the others, and Indians and all that stuff. Those are different. I'm talking about the Chinese men that's being racist against the Jamaican people. Why are you going to a person's country if you know that you do not like them? When you go there, you only want their money because you're there with your shop. You only want them to come and purchase the items. When they come in your shop, you talk to them like dog. They get treated like dog in their own country. This should not be. That should not be. The Jamaican Prime Minister, the Jamaican government, member of parliaments, and everybody should stop the Chinese from doing this to the Jamaican people. Please deport all of those illegal Chinese from Jamaica. Now that President Trump is deporting all of the illegal aliens back to their country, and Jamaicans are one of them because there's a lot of Jamaicans here that are illegal. I don't have to worry about that because I'm a citizen of the United States. So I don't have to worry about that. But I'm talking about the ones them that comes here, the illegal aliens that are coming back to Jamaica now that the Chinese man them is there. And the last time I watched videos, Japanese are running to Jamaica now. You got all these different people are running to Jamaica. They're getting all of the privileges, them. They're getting all of the favoritism, and that causes the Jamaicans them to run away from Jamaica to begin with and wanted was to come to the United States. But now that President Trump wants everybody to be deported back to Jamaica, where are the Jamaicans going to be if everybody's coming down by plane loads? Where are they gonna be? How are the Jamaican government? I think his name is Adam something about. I'm gonna have to look up that man. How are you gonna provide? I watched a video where he said, "Oh, it is always good to come back home. Don't let them deport you. Just come back home. We'll do this as long as there is no gunmen coming into the country." But how did those guns get to Jamaica to begin with? You ever wonder why? You guys ever wonder why there's so much crime in Jamaica, in certain parts of Jamaica? You guys ever wonder why? They are the one that brought down these mass amount of GUN, put them in the neighborhood. I remember when I was young, a little child, when election was going on, you always have one group pieing at each other, pieing, firing after each other right across the street. I grew up on Mountain View Avenue, and Jarrett Lane be coming down and be shooting across each from each other. And how did they get it? Because at that time, those people were too poor to buy guns. Who was giving it to them? The politicians, of course, because they wanted all the politics that was going on. You vote for me here, you vote for me there. It's a bunch of corrupted system going on. And somebody has to, you have to have some, how should I put it? You really have to have some kind of government in Jamaica that is for the Jamaican people. You can't have a Jamaican government for the Chinese man. Just because the Chinese man can come and pay a certain amount of money to you, they have access to everything. And the Jamaican people that are there that needs the help and needs the opportunity, they can't get it. But the Chinese men, they're in favor of the Chinese men. That's why you find out there's so many Chinese in Jamaica. Especially when I was a young child. In my district where I come from in Portland, I didn't see none of them there because we came all the way from the boondocks. Where we was at, there was no electric light, there was none of that stuff. It was just primitive, real primitive. But when we went to Kingston to live, every block you turn around was a Chinese shop. I only saw one Jamaican lady there with a meat shop. And there was another lady, Jamaican lady, a Jamaican man that was next door to us. He had the grocery shop, so we used to go to the grocery shop. But when you walk from out of 63 Mountain View Avenue and go close to the bus stop, you're talking about Chinese there. You go across the street, was another Chinese man. You go all the way up the street, there was another Chinese. Chinese people was all over in Kingston, Jamaica. And I know I heard that they're in certain parts of the parishes, like Montego Bay, all of those areas, popular areas where tourists goes at. Ultra-race to Chinese people them are all over the place. And how could that be? Right now, there's a lot of Chinese Jamaicans. Lots of Chinese Jamaicans. I'm not talking about the ones that's mixed with the Jamaicans. I'm talking about real Chinese Jamaican. Chinese man come down with his wife and start family down there. They got children. They stay in Jamaica. I don't know why they were running from China to begin with and why they chose Jamaica. I don't have any history on that, but I'm gonna do my research to find out why they're was such an influx and is influx of Chinese in Jamaica. I know you have some of them that are real Chinese Jamaican, and you have some of them that are mixed Chinese, because now they start marrying Jamaicans now, and they go there, they mix Indians and all these different type of people in Jamaica now. I know when I was there, it was like that, but I've heard that it just got so much worse now. But it's just a big concern. Everything is so concerning. You got the deportation to worry about. You still got all the crimes to worry about, because certain parts of Jamaica, it is so dangerous as certain parts of Jamaica, and certain parts in the tourist area is so nice. And I want to tell you though, in Portland, Jamaica is a very is the Portland, Jamaica is the safest parish in Jamaica. Portland is the safest parish. The people them kind of like look out for each other. They don't really want crimes there, but stuff still happens there, but it's not as bad. Kingston, Western Kingston is the worst part. I know there's a YouTuber by the name of Kino Live in Jamaica. Kino Life in Jamaica. It's a Jamaican guy that grew up in Trenchtown, and he left and went to the UK as a child, and he came back and he's trying to revitalize Trenchtown. So that Trenchtown that used to be a very bad area, very bad area. Police could not go in that area. You and I couldn't go in that area. They had fires, shootings, lots of crimes in Trenchtown. But Trenchtown has being revitalized, and one of the guy that is doing it is Kino Life in Jamaica. So now you find out that there's a lot of investors, tourist people, they're coming down, and they're YouTubers, they're coordinating with Kino Life in Jamaica. Kino takes them around in the area. So I don't know if he charges them to do that, but they come down and they coordinate with them, and they collab with him for the YouTube channel. So it's making Trenchtown a better place. And Kino is there trying to help the poor people, because he has an organization where he helps people. People sends him donation, and he distributes the donations to the poor people in the neighborhood, the older folks who cannot work, that might need a bed, might need furniture, might need food. He does that. And he also rebuilds the neighborhood, rebuilds the building, all those dilapidated buildings that was in Jamaica before. He's rebuilding them so people can live in them. Just make Trenchtown look like a better place. And of course, that neighborhood is known for Bob Marley. Bob Marley was in that neighborhood. So Kina Life in Jamaica is marketing that, because there's a whole section there where Bob Marley used to stay there. Bob Marley pictures are there. Bob Marley Museum is there in Trenchtown. So that neighborhood is really looking up. That neighborhood is really coming together to what I see Kino is showing in Trenchtown. So that's a good section right there in Western Kingston. But there are other areas that are so very bad. There are other areas that are so violent, so violent. When I tell you that it's so violent to the part that you wouldn't understand how violent it is unless you were there. The stuff them that goes on, the kidnappings, the beatings, all those stuff that goes on in Jamaica, and the Jamaican government needs to um, put uh, put a toll and stop the crimes that's going on there. Help the poor people more, and most of all, those crimes are is mostly financial crimes. Because who wants this? I gotta have this. You gotta have this. You have this. I don't have that. So they should. I saw where I think what his name again? I'm gonna have to look up this man's name, the Jamaican Prime Minister name. Yeah, where he was just trying to get housing for some of the government. There was a program there that they check to see if they have jobs, check out their backgrounds, do a lot of vetting to make sure that they're helping the people them and to make sure they have jobs that they can pay for whatever housing that they place them in. So it's, I guess he's probably trying to make it better in Jamaica, but it seems like it's not enough help that the people are getting. The resources are so thin. It seems as if there's not enough resources there. And Jamaica, to me, it seems like it has just two form of people. Is either you're rich or either you're poor. I don't think there's any middle class there. I don't know. It's either rich or poor. Rich or poor. Even though now you have a lot of Jamaican men that are having YouTube channels like Kino Life in Jamaica, Oliver Lifestyle, Oliver Unfiltered. You've got Fowl or Wildlife TV. You got Cameron TV. You've got those people there that are, of course, how can I forget Color Smith TV? Color Smith TV is one of the biggest YouTube channel in Jamaica, and he's getting a lot of collaborations and a lot of people coming to do adventures with them, and that also brings money in. So they're making it better for themselves there. Most of the people them in Jamaica, they're very ambitious. Some of them drive taxis, some of them have minibuses, some of them are farmers, so some of them are cook, some of them sell food. So you got a lot of ambitious Jamaicans. You got a real, I would say probably 80% of the Jamaicans are very ambitious. I would say most of them are very, very ambitious. You only find a few of them that really are doing bad stuff, scammers and slinging guns. You only find a few of them that's doing it, and the few of them that's doing making it very, they're making it very, 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 very super bad. I don't know how. It's just so exaggerated. You know, it is so exaggerated because um whoever the prime minister is, I remember, I can't remember his name right now. I should have brought my other phone to look him up real quick, but I don't have my other phone right here. Yeah, he has to put a stop on crime, especially in Kingston, because right now I've left so long ago, before they had freeways, before they had highways down there. And if you are inviting Americans or tourists to come to to come to Jamaica, they have to have a way that they're safe. People don't want to go to a country knowing that they're not safe. Safety must be the number one thing for any tourists. Safety is a must. People want to be safe when they go to a country. They don't just want to just be stuck into the resort. Of course, the resort is safe because you got the buses at the resort that will take you around to these exotic places in Jamaica. But why should you just be stuck at the resort? You want to explore the capital, which is Kingston. Hold on a second, guys. Let me see if I can turn this heat up. It's so cold in here. So cold in here. Okay, all right. So Yes, I am back, guys. Let me see if I can find the Prime Minister of Jamaica to see who is the Prime. I think it's Andrew Holiness, but I'm not sure. But let me look it up. Prime Minister of Jamaica. Who is the Prime Minister? PRI. Prime Minister of Jamaica. And JAMA. The Prime Minister of Jamaica. Who is the Prime Minister of Jamaica? Andrew Holiness. Andrew Wholeness. Wholeness. Let's see if we can zoom in. This is the Prime Minister of Jamaica here. Andrew Wholeness. That's him right there. The Prime Minister of Jamaica. Andrew Wholeness is the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Let's see what he does. The Prime Minister of Jamaica is Andrew Wholeness. Let's see if there's a Wikipedia page on him to see if Prime Minister of Jamaica. Let me see. I want some readings about him. Okay, Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Michael Holness. The Most Honorable Andrew Michael Holness, born on July 22, 1972 in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, is Jamaica's ninth Prime Minister and is the youngest Jamaican to serve in this position. In his early leadership was evidence at St. Catherine High School, where he served as head boy, president of chess club, and valedictorian. The Prime Minister holds a Doctor of Law and Policy from the Northern University and is an alumnus of the University of West Indies, where he holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Management Study and a Master of Science degree in Developmental Studies. Prime Minister Andrew Holness began his career in the nonprofit sector as executive director of the voluntary organization for the upliftment of children, VOUCH Vouch, before transitioning to the private sector. At age of 25, he became the youngest Jamaican ever elected as a member of parliament. This year marks the 27th year of his continuous public service, representing the people of St. Andrew West Central. Okay, guys, in 2011, Prime Minister Holness set a new milestone by becoming Jamaica's youngest prime minister and the first born after the country's independence in 1962. Although his initial term was brief, he was elected in 2016 at age 44, becoming the youngest to be elected to the office in 2020. Holness led the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, to a decisive victory, securing a second term as Prime Minister and enforcing his leadership on both national and international fronts. Okay? As the head of the executive branch of government, Holness heads the cabinet and oversees a number of key portfolio areas, including defense and economic growth and job creation, encompassing housing, water, climate change, and works, I guess. He has demonstrated his faithful commitment to creating a new Jamaica that is technology advanced, fiscally responsible, and driven by infrastructure development, social, cultural reform, and national resilience. His vision includes peace, productivity, and prosperity for all Jamaicans. Anyways, guys, you guys can always continue to read about Andrew Holness. I was just giving you an overview about this Jamaican prime minister. We don't have presidents in Jamaica, we have prime minister. And I feel that Andrew Holness should do more when it comes on to crime, make Jamaica be more safe, put the Jamaican people first, like our President Trump is putting America first. Okay? Get rid of all of the Chinese that are in Jamaica illegally, deport all of the illegal aliens out of Jamaica, and put our people first. And then, after the crime and all that, housing must be a must. Because most Jamaicans that I know, I'm not talking about the rich Jamaican people, because there's a lot of rich Jamaican people. I'm talking about the regular poor people, Jamaica. None of those have home ownership. They're all renting and paying rent to a landlord. And most of the time, the landlords are the people them that left Jamaica. They come to America, they work and they send down money to rebuild, or they have houses, or if it's not, those are the landlord. It's always the Caucasians, the Chinese, or some other race that has nothing to do with Jamaica. So I think that the Andrew Oles should put the Jamaican people first. We are all Jamaicans. You should look out for your Jamaican people first, because you is not like Edward Siaga or like Michael Manley. Those were the presidents of Jamaica together, and those was not Jamaicans. Edward Siaga looked like he was Syrian. Michael Manley was a Caucasian Jamaican. I don't know if he was born there. I'm gonna have to do more research. Okay? But this guy here, Andrew Holness, is a real Jamaican. He was born there, was raised in St. Catherine. He needs to do more. If he cannot do more, he needs to seek help to make sure he can put the Jamaican people first. Get rid of all the violence, get rid of all the unnecessary guns on the streets. Come up with a program where you go from homes to homes to homes to homes and collect all of those dangerous weapons. Because, like I said, when I was growing up, there was a cannon. A cannon is a very destructive. It's bigger than a gun. It's bigger than this home. That a destructive weapon. There was one where I was at, and they were fighting during the election. I heard that's the first time I heard about a cannon in my whole entire life is when I was a small child. And I remember when they used to have the shootings going. I remember I used to have to be running underneath our beds because we didn't want anything coming through the windows on us. It was a bad time. It was a bad time during the 80s. Was very, 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 very bad. When you're small and young, everything is just so exaggerated to you. So I feel that all of these different prime minister that has been prime minister for Jamaica, they actually, it's maybe this guy here, Andrew Owens, is doing something good because you got freeways down there now. When I read up on the news about infrastructure, the roads them are looking a little bit decent. So apparently he's probably doing something with it for real with infrastructure. So we need good roads. I see a lot of good roads there now. They got freeways there now. When I was there was not no freeway. There was the sea at the bottom of Mountain View Avenue, and I heard the sea is gone from there. I don't know how somebody dump up a sea and then build a freeway there. That was something else to do. We used to go to the beach every Sunday morning. The whole Mountain View Avenue, the roads would be flooded with people going to the beach, starting from 6 o'clock in the morning, all the way. We used to walk all the way to the bottom of the beach, and it would just like a ritual where everybody gets up every Sunday morning and head to the beach. And the streets would be filled with people. You wouldn't see no cars too much at that time because people were walking in the streets heading to the beach. All of that got taken away because they built the freeway. Of course, we need freeways, but we also need natural resources. We need all that good stuff. Why did they have to take the beach away to build the freeway? They could have built the freeway over the sea or something. They took the beach away. Houses were torn down just to build the freeway. The same thing like here in America too. When they want anything, they come in with imminent something or another domain, and they try to take your home away. So maybe it's the same thing that went on in Jamaica. Imminent domain. They come and they tell you, well, I'm giving you X amount of dollars, but you have to move from here. We need a spot to build a house. We need a spot to build whatever they want to build. They'll come and get you by imminent domain. So maybe that's what happened in Jamaica, but we have to do better. Jamaicans have to be looked, and like I said, now I see a lot of changes there because I watch a lot of YouTube channels. There's a lot of changes there. Jamaica have really improved a lot because there's a lot of tourists going to Jamaica. Lots of tourists going to Jamaica. Jamaica's economy seems as if it's growing. The airport is flooded with people. A lot of people are going down there to build homes. At one point, I remember my cousin, she's a Jamaican. She also lives in New York, Brooklyn, New York. She said the building that she lives in are owned by Italians. And she said that the one time she went to go pay our rent to these Italian people in the office where she was living at, the building office. And they're saying to her, why are you here? You guys are so stupid. Do you know that I own properties in your own country? This is this Italian man telling my cousin that she's there paying rent to him, and he has properties in Jamaica. What he's trying to say, she's stupid. You're in New York, you're stupid. You're paying rent to me, and I've got properties in your country. You don't even have a pot to piss out in your own country. How insulting that is. You're paying rent, and my cousin is still there until today day. And our daughter is what? Our daughter is almost, but our daughter is 30 something years old. And she probably been at that building probably for about 30 years already in New York. And she's probably paying close to $2,000 a month. And really, of a fact, I'm surprised is that she, for being there for so long, maybe she's on some kind of income program. I don't know, because that's a long time to live in an apartment when you could have purchased your own home. You see, people sometimes don't think about wealth. Right now, you're sitting down and you're paying rent to somebody like that, and you're paying them $1,000, $1,500 every month over a period of time. Do you know how much that money is? Wow, that's a huge amount of money that you could have put in your own home. Some people don't want to be a homeowner because they don't want to pay taxes. They don't want to pay water and sewer, okay? And maintenance, depending on if you live in a place where you have to pay homeowners association fee, which that's kind of dumb. If you're gonna buy a property just to pay for a homeowners association fee, the only way you should be paying that kind of a money if you're so rich to the point where you don't have time to even do your lawn, and you're living in a community where they do all of the cleanups and stuff like that. But to me, but I don't think that is unnecessary unless you're like attorney or a judge or somebody that you keep going back and forth. You don't have time to clean up. You don't have time to mow the lawn. You don't have time to take your garbage out. That's something. Maybe that would be worth paying, being, homeowners association fee. But to me, it is still way better to own than to rent. Because when you're a homeowner, it's yours, even though in America, to me, nothing is never 100% yours, because if you don't pay the taxes and if you don't pay like sewer, you can get your place taken away from you if you don't pay taxes. They can foreclose upon you if you don't pay taxes. If you don't pay homeowners taxes, you can get foreclosure done to you. Your property can be taken away from you if you don't pay taxes. So you never own, you never own 100%. You're not 100% homeowner. You're 100% homeowner when you're paying, because you have to pay taxes. Because to live in a home, this is Ohio here we're talking about. To buy a home here in Ohio, if you buy it outright, you have to pay. If you don't buy it outright, let's look at it if you're paying a mortgage. If you're paying a mortgage, you have to pay that monthly mortgage. You also have to pay taxes. You also have to pay insurance. You have to pay water. You have to pay sewer. That can be very overwhelming too if you're paying a mortgage. But if you buy a property and you buy it outright, maybe it needs a little bit of fixing up. You buy it a little bit cheaper. You put a little bit of money inside of it. You live in it. You don't have to pay any mortgage. Only thing you got to pay is taxes and insurance. And if you live in there or you rent it out, you got to pay water and sewer. It is still cheaper than paying rent, because in Ohio here now, in order to get a decent place for to rent, you're probably talking about anywhere from $1,200 and up. You're not gonna find a property, you're not gonna find a place here no more like back then in the days for $250. When I came here to Cleveland, Ohio years ago, and I didn't have my home yet, I rented for $250. I rent a house for $250. Never in here. Oh my God, you can never find that here now. You can never find that here. But you still have to pay your, even though I was paying the $250 for rent, you still have to pay light and you still have to pay your gas. You didn't have to pay water because most of the homeowners, they have to pay their own water and their own sewer. Some homeowners, when they rent to their property, they let you pay water and they let you pay the sewer bill because they're not living there. And to me, that's a good idea, because some of them will come, rent your property, and they bring all kinds of family member in, run up the water bill, run up the sewer bill, and leave you stuck. And sometimes you come to collect rent, they'll have rent 1 month, and the next month they won't have the rent. You still have to pay to evict them, and that's money that you have to pay to evict them. So it's like half a dozen of one and 1 dozen of the other. It has to have a balance. So you just have to look at the pros and you have to look at the cons, the pros and cons. But my opinion is it's better to own a home. It's better to have your home place. When you have your home place, you don't have anybody knocking your door coming for rent. Whether you pay for it, whether you pay mortgage, or you're paying, or your house is paid for in full, all they got to do is concentrate on paying your bills. If your house is paid for in full, you just pay your taxes in Ohio. Taxes is due twice a year, in July, January and July. Now this year is February and July. They changed it up this year. I don't know what happened, why people are paying mortgage now on February 20th. I don't know if it was an election, because due to the election. So they kind of like push it and giving people more time to come in and pay. Maybe because of the inauguration, maybe because it was a presidential year that, a new president came in. Maybe that was a part of it. I don't know why it was different this year. Yeah. So certain parts of the country, like when I was living in Florida, mortgage was only due, okay, insurance, homeowners insurance was only due January every year. They did not have 2 times you have to pay insurance like in Ohio. It was just 1 time in January you pay your your homeowners taxes 1 time a year, and it was in January. Here is twice a year you pay, January and July. In Florida, it's only January. I don't know what it's like in other states because I've never owned a home in other states. Yeah, so everywhere is different. So yes, so that's where we're at. So yes, guys, that's what we're talking about. A little bit of talk and a little bit of everything. Deportation, Donald Trump, mostly Jamaica because I'm Jamaican. So, even though I'm a United States citizen now for how many years, yeah, but I'm still Jamaican. Never haven't been to Jamaica in how many years. If I go there now, I can't tell you where to go because I've not been back. It's been so many years. So many years. I would not know where to go. I probably would need a tour guide because I heard that everything is different right now. I probably would have to grab my cousin in New York to go with me. I wouldn't know where to go. I heard that, well, my mom has a big home in Portland, but it's five sisters of us. And right now, one sister is going bazonka bonk because she wants that property. I don't want to be a part of that. Okay. My mom is old and she's sick now. Um, my other sister, she's living with my other sister in Canada. They're all in Canada. I'm the only one here. So they're all going, that one is going crazy about a home. I heard that she went to Jamaica and she bought a home someplace in another place, St. Elizabeth. I don't know any place like that. I don't think I would really buy any home in Jamaica because I don't understand the laws or anything there in Jamaica. I left so long time ago. They live in Canada, but some of them been going back and forth, so they know what's going on. But and I know, and also there's a lot of scammers there, so I would have to be careful who I would deal with because they even have lawyers and they got scammers in every department in Jamaica. So, just have to be careful because she was the last time she was telling me, Jackie, if you were to go to Jamaica, stay into the resort. Don't go out and, all that stuff. So Jamaica would not be a place where I would be going at any time soon. Not interested. I just want to see the place better off for the Jamaican people and that there and for all of the people them that have been deported back to Jamaica. I just want the best for everyone. So that is it, guys. That's where we're at right now. Anyways, guys, like, subscribe, guys, comment, and share. And I will see you in another one, guys. Bye bye.